All righty. Gonna refresh this. All right, everybody, we should be live. I hope, anyway. I'm going to say hello to everyone. Hello, all you beautiful biologics out there and any other type of entity that might be watching, whether you be artificial or from another planet. Who knows? I'm just saying, what up? Guys, I think you know the two guest stars of the evening. One is Debo. Somebody patted him on the back when he was making an ugly face, as you can see there. It does. The old stories is true. Make an ugly face, get patted on the back.
Yep. Or it sticks. That's what happened to me. Not ugly all the time.
Well, he stopped making the ugly face now. So the joke doesn't work quite as well. But and then we've got Jim, Mr. Tackle Junkie 81, who is the prime advisor and warehouse for Carl's Tackle Warehouse, Land Big Fish, anywhere else. He does not sell direct. He is a wholesaler, so you can't buy from him. Don't ask. That's the negative to it all. All right, so for everybody that don't know, Jim, since you're the middleman, at least on my screen, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody, brother.
I am Tackle Junkie 81. But looking at the comments here, I do believe I've seen a lot of you guys on my videos as well, which is pretty cool that we all kind of share similar subs and all. But I am from Illinois. For the most part, at least the ponds that I fish are froze out right now. So I'm not doing a whole lot of fishing at the moment. I'm sure the bigger lakes are thawed, but I'm just kind of working a bit too much at the moment to get out on the water. But my channel mainly focuses on I guess more tackle related things like reviews and unboxing, things like that. Of course, there is fishing videos as well, but I really like to dig into the tackle part of bass fishing. I would say that I have the most tackle out of these guys, but I think we all know that Debo, is usually hiding quite a bit off camera there that you guys can't see.
Nah. When you guys order something and it says back order, like when they're trying to get it from the wholesaler, Jim actually has bought all of it. So.
Yeah, we're
just talking about.
We're waiting on Jim to release those from his warehouse.
My newest Tackle Warehouse order, purposely, I have across the room there. So when somebody mentions a brand new bait, it's not at arm's reach. I don't want to be like Devo, and have everything right there,
I wish. I was going to put up, I'm going to put up a whiteboard here, and I was thinking about putting some pegboard up above because people can't usually see it, but there's a wall right next to me right here in this corner. I was thinking of putting tackle up there so that way I could actually have some within reach, like Jim. I mean, he's got a whole tackle store back there on his wall, so trying to keep up with the Joneses, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here we just to put a comment up here. Oh, my bad. I thought Fluke Master was on here. As it turns out, it's BassGeek, not Fluke Master. Hey, I am the Bizarro Fluke Master. That's what I've told Fluke Master several times. He gets a kick out of it, so I had to put that up there. So guys, really we're going to just be here to take your questions. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about winter. I think out of the three of us, Debo is really the only one that's really doing much fishing right now.
Yeah. It's not real fishing. It's fishing through a hole in the ice, but it's still fun. It's like I was telling these guys, it's kind of growing on me. Me and Dad were joking about it this weekend. We went out a couple times together, which is cool because I get to spend time with Pops, and he loves it. He likes ice fishing way more than regular fishing. So get to hang out with Pops, which I absolutely love. And we were joking, like when I was younger, Dad would take me out and tell me to quote unquote bundle up and then put me on a bucket and go fishing with him. And all I did was sit there and freeze my strawberries off, and I hated it. And after, a few trips out, I was like, I'm done. I hate it. And then maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, Dad and I got back into it, but I finally got a hut, which is like a little flip over thing that you sit in, and it's insulated. You can put a heater in there. It's a whole different game. So
that is
How warm does it get in there? What if it gets like too warm, and then you just made a big hole in the ice?
It does actually. It doesn't get that warm, but it does melt. Like it'll melt the top layer of the snow off, so it gets to be like just a flat layer of ice, pretty much like a slick layer of ice.
Dude, I'd be freaking out.
Oh no, we had probably 8-9 inches of ice.
Wow, you're already that thick. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Now,
Jim, that ice has got some girth to it, boys.
Take a drink. Hey, now, Jim, I don't see why you would be worried, but now you put my fat rear end on there. 9 inches might not have enough girth to it. That's right.
Oh, my golly. All I've got some chocolate milk in my sweet coconut glass. So
me too. That's a bottle of root beer. I swear to God.
Oh man, I miss you, fellas.
I miss you guys. We ain't been hanging out quite enough. But that actually brings me to a couple of things I want to tell everybody. A couple of announcements I want to make. We are going to start doing lives bi-weekly. I know that's a little harder to keep up with. But every Monday, we're going to do MNF, and that ain't football. That's Monday Night Fishing, boys and girls. That's what we're going to talk about. I know there's a good football game going on right now that I'm taking peeks at. But anyway, watch BassGeek. Screw football. No, I'm kidding. But we're going to try and do this about every other week. For you all that don't know, make sure you go check out the website, bassgeek.fishing. Somebody wants to charge me $5,000 for bassgeek.com, so they can go to hell. Anyway, so, a lot of cool things coming up this year. Those are a couple of good things. Debo has inspired me to get my membership going, and that is actually got submitted today on the website. We're going to have member chat, which I hate using the word member. It just sounds too girthy to me though. But anyway, all joking aside, on the live streams, guys, I'm going to let me hang out, not physically, but I'm just going to be me. I'm going to show you who I am.
I'm not sure I want to be on one of those members streams.
Yeah,
count me out.
Members only stream I was telling you about. I think you misunderstood what I was telling you about.
Some of you all may unsubscribe due to it, but anyway, I'm a funny big fat doofus. But anyway. We're going to have some good time. So, guys, in the comment section, make sure you start getting those questions put in. We'll start asking. And we do have a giveaway tonight. We will do a giveaway on every single one. We'll do it toward the end. I got a lot of stuff here to give away. Got a stunner, Stone Cold. No, not
stunner.
That.
That's a good color. Good color right there.
That is a good color, especially if you're fishing for smallmouth. It's a little too shallow.
Yeah.
For me, it's he says 5 to 6, but I believe, or 3 to 6. I lean more toward the 3 on that side. Unless you're going to throw like 6-pound test on that sucker. But we'll do that a little bit later. I'll probably have to have Debo coach me through the whole StreamYard hashtag thing. So
easy.
I think I've got it, but
it's simple, dude. I just tell my wife to come down and do it.
It's a long drive for her to come here, though. And mine's
so easy to use. It's
she can probably FaceTime you, though.
That'll work. I can give her access if she'll just do it remotely.
There we go.
We just all start paying her to be like our production assistant.
Oh man. I keep it simple,
Hey, I mean, if you got a wife that'll do that, I say more power.
I try to keep the info in my brain here that I'm actually going to use. I don't want too much stuff in there.
Yeah, it's like a glass. You start to pour it in, and some of it just overflows out.
Exactly right.
Now, guys, of course, I suck at this, honestly. So you guys are the pros. If you see any questions, just let me know. and we'll get to them. But the biggest thing is, guys, how are you spending your winter? How many of you are actually fishing? How many of you are ice fishing? How many of you have soft water? How you doing? Are some of you guys like me? I'm old, decrepit. Things hurt in the cold that normally doesn't. I don't necessarily like it, but I still do it sometimes. Some of you may be focusing on the rod repair, stringing stuff up. And by the way, yeah, I'm actually glad, White and Brandon, I'm glad you guys asked. I am going to be at the East Tennessee show. The 2 shows that I'm doing this year, I will be in Columbus, Ohio, and which is in February. I don't know, but I will be at the East Tennessee show this weekend. So let everybody know, man, I'll be up there working Third Eye Fishing. They're a new partner company that I've teamed up with this year. And I'll be working their booth and, just walking around, man, saying hey to everybody. So come out there. I love doing the shows because of that reason right there. I get to come out, and my mouse is running away from me. But I get to come out and hang out with you guys. So make sure you come by, check it out. All right. You guys getting any goodies? How do you tackle Junkie? As if we don't know. Already spoke about the box load of stuff he's got over there.
I'd like to be spending my winter sleeping, to be honest with you.
Hibernation mode.
I used to really look forward to wintertime, taking reels apart, cleaning reels, and get everything stocked up. But
God, I don't.
It seems like I'm getting older. We're getting older.
Yeah.
And I don't have the energy that I used to have. I mean, I'm not old. I'm only 40. But still, with working more. And
what is that company that the Big Hurt does? What is it? The testosterone company?
What? The Big Hurt.
What is that? I see those commercials. Nugenics. So hook us. Listen, Nugenics. Hook our old asses up. All right.
It's like, little time I have off, man, I can't even get motivated to come down here and do anything. It's like I sit in the chair and I'm out.
Yeah.
So it's not going as planned. All I've done is taken all my rods out of the boat, sold what I need to sell.
Yeah.
Took all the reels off. It's all I really have managed to get done. And, probably only have another month and a half off before we can actually fish again.
Yeah. I don't even do that. Like, I'm just like, when it starts going, I'm like, yeah, I'll take a little bit of oil and sprinkle in there. It's good. I used to be the same way, though, man. I would take every reel, completely apart, clean them. To the.
I really enjoyed it, too. It was fun.
I did too, man, but not anymore. For some reason, I'm just like,
I got patience for it anymore, to be honest with you.
I know.
Yeah.
I just hate getting my hands all oily in my arms.
I'm not like a big girl like that. That'll bother me.
I
get that oil, I put it on my face. I'd dive right in there.
Let's go to war. I'll admit, in my old age, I've become a little bit of a girly man.
They have rubber gloves for that,
Well, I'm not that. I've not gone that girly manish yet. Plus, they make my hands sweat anyway, so I don't like it.
This chat's taking a weird turn here.
So if you shake my hand and they're clammy, you'll know.
Good Lord.
I guess I got to get off.
All right, guys. So Debo, your turn.
What have I been up to? Ice fishing, not organizing, which I should be doing. I did
the amount of tackle he has, he better get organized.
Oh my gosh. Painting, doing a lot of lure painting. Not as much as I should be. And then working too much, then kiddos and all that stuff. So kind of the same deal.
Oh, here's a question from Fisherman 83. BassGeek, are you going to take a trip up north and fish with TJ 81 and Debo? The plan is for me. Now y'all gonna have, every live stream these two yahoos do, give them pure hell. Because I'm coming up there.
Hey, I'm ready.
And so I'm going to pick gonna fish with Tackle Junkie. I'm gonna pick him up. He's just jumping in the truck with the boat, and then we're going to Debo's. So
I'll have to get Dad's boat. We'll have to Randall and I'll have to fish against you two. I'll go steal Dad's boat.
Well, you're in trouble because plans is that I'm buying a brand new Phoenix this year.
Oh, nice.
Fully loaded. Going to have 5 graphs on it because I am a computer geek, so therefore I'm a geek.
There we go.
But that is the plan.
Fancy.
That is the plan. Now,
We do. Very cool.
It could be just total BS, and I may not do it. But
you know, are you sure you can even get a hold of one?
If I get fired tomorrow, I'll have to order it. I've done talk to 2 places.
From what I'm hearing, man, some people aren't even accepting orders anymore.
Yeah. So, I do have, little insider information here. I do have a meeting with a rep at the 1st of February to talk to them. So we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. They may look at me and say, "Hit the bricks, fat ass." And I'll be like, "Okay."
The next month will be a year that I've been waiting for 2 more boats.
Wow.
How long it's taken. And like I told you guys, I mean, I'd already traded my white pickup in because my new truck I ordered should have already be being built. And that's so far behind already. It's not even being built yet. So I'm not even sure when I'll be able to get my boat out in the garage because I don't have a truck at the moment. That's how far behind everything is.
I've got a truck right now, but I'm probably not going to upgrade that for probably another 2 years right now. Just so anybody knows when I do sell it, since I like everybody in here, I wouldn't buy it. I tend to run the shit out of stuff. But
at least it's honest,
Hey, I try to be honest,
Well used, light wear is all. Is that how you list it?
Light wear?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I missed that totally. I was too busy laughing.
Nothing.
Oh, all right. Anybody you guys see that you want to shout them out. And so the other thing is, what are you guys really interested in throwing next year? Right off the bat, ice out for you, Debo. What are you looking at? Early pre-spawn, what new baits are out there that you're thinking about, pulling out of the pack and doing work for you?
Well, I got some of the flat sides that I was saying. I finally got my hands on some of the
Fritz sides.
Is
that the Ox? Yeah,
the 4.
Is that the mini?
Yeah, the 4.
You dog, you already got the mini?
Yeah, I finally got some of those.
Nice.
And they're little. Yeah, they're really little. So throwing some
5/16, ain't they?
I don't know. I don't have the pack. This one I took out. Oh, actually, I do have the package right here. I thought 5/16 ounce. Yep. 4-foot diver. So I think these will be. I showed it on my live.
I've tossed some line on that, man.
Yeah, I know. It'll be interesting to see how these do because I really like the 6-foot diver. They look really good in the water. Mm-hmm. Just so you can see there, that's the difference.
Yeah, I like the smaller profile. I thought Ott was saying though, sometimes he's got to throw those on spinning gear too.
Yeah, and that's what I thought too. It might just have to be a spinning deal because it's pretty light. Mm-hmm. But those jerk baits, we get on like a good lipless bite here. Anything really. I want open water. I hate cold. I hate snow. We just had another snow/ice storm. So I'm already over it.
We had, we didn't get the, granddaddy of them all as they were predicting here. And by the way, anybody you guys see that you want to shout out, make sure you shout them out. This is one of my buddies. If you guys didn't see it, actually his profile pic, I actually took that. You're welcome, Joey. This is the guy I went down and stayed with and fished in South Carolina. Awesome stick, awesome guy. But yeah, so and then of course fishing with Gramps, he's in here. I want to say hey to him. Awesome dude. Also, I like him probably a little better than I like Jim. Honestly, he's But speaking of Jim, so Jim, what's up with you, man? Once we get to ice out, once you're getting to early pre-spawn, is it pretty much a square bill? Just pretty much all square bills?
To be honest, I don't start tossing square bills probably till end April, May. Just because if you've watched the channel, well, you should know, that I usually start at the ponds just because I love fishing there. That's where the giants live. And I just prefer throwing, underspins there, chatterbaits, spinnerbaits. And then when I get to the bigger lakes with all the rock is when I break out the square bills. But Picasso's came out with quite a few new chatterbaits. That's really what I'm excited about to be tossing first. From their carbon fiber.
About the ones with, yeah,
they got the big thumper blade. I don't remember all the names of
them.
They came out with so many of them, but I have them all on order. As soon as I get them all in, I'm going to make a video on all the differences. But I'm really excited about playing around with those. And they come out with the new, just like everyone else, I think they call it the Inferno Cross. And now they got one of the Fire Crawl colors too.
Cool. I got a question from Jesse. And am I going to fish any tournaments in 2022? I am actually going to fish a smaller club tournament. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to fish. I know, Debo, you said you was thinking about at one point in time maybe fishing, as a co-angler in some tournaments, maybe this year or next.
This year, actually, not co-angler. I would like to. I just don't know. Like, people tell me, look up your local bass club thing. I've looked before. Gotcha. Maybe I'm just stupid and don't know where to find them. But I don't know. I haven't found anything. However, one of my buddies who knows a really, really good stick here in Iowa, who fishes like the KBF, like nationwide stuff and does really well. They're doing like a little local trail here. And he said I could fish it for free if I could help him with some stuff.
Cool.
I might do like a kayak tournament trail, which it's going to be small deal. But it would be awesome for me because I have no freaking clue what I'm doing in a kayak. I have my aluminum kayak, which is a John boat. I joke about it, but it's got a trolling motor on it. So I don't know the first thing really about, positioning and all that stuff in a kayak. So it will be interesting. It'll be a learning experience is what it'll be.
So what about you, Mr. Tackle Junkie Warehouse?
Well, what was the question? Hey, Joseph Keller here says, I'm pixelated. Check my internet.
You are getting a little pixelated.
My internet.
You're clearing up now.
My internet
sucks. Do you steal Randy's internet? Are you out in the Walmart parking lot with Randall right now doing this?
I might as well be. My internet's just terrible here, so it is what it is. I'm sorry, fellas. I don't have my kids aren't playing games. Everybody's off when we're doing streams. It looks like I got full signal here, so it just sucks.
Frank Cornacchia said, I love underspins. So much fun. TJ, do you have any new underspins? Oh, actually, TJ, I don't think I got them in yet. I ordered them as part of that second order. I got some of these, those little mini deals. And the second part of the order was some, and you probably already got, actually, there was only like 3 left on Tackle Warehouse. So I'm assuming you got the first 57 packs, but they're underspin. They're not even, I would say underspins, but it's like a rubber hole thing.
From Zapu.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. Probably. The 3 blades that go in front of the.
Not 3 blades, it's just 2. It's on like imagine like a rubber string with a hole in the middle of it.
It's from Zapu, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You already have them?
I've had those for years, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll be honest, what I used to do with
those. I just want to say,
if you ever say what you ought to do with those, you ought to Texas rig a swim bait and peg those between the weight and the head of the swim bait. Do it, man.
No, I'm not even.
Do it. You are welcome.
You just told me you had them for years, and now when I get those, I'm just throwing them away. Just throwing them out.
That's old school, boy.
Yeah, TJ just ruined it.
All right, so Alan wants to know if there's any ice fishing videos coming up. Not on my end. I've got open water. What about you two guys?
No, sir. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Jim, I'll drive over to your place or drive up here. I'll steal you. We can go. Except you need your own hut. Otherwise, you're sitting out on a bucket. But it's not that bad. Trust me, it's fun.
Oh, I mean, I'm not worried about the cold.
I am. I hate it.
But
yeah,
I don't want to go through.
Where are you located at, Devo? Where are you located?
In Iowa, southeastern Iowa.
There you go. Nobody stalk him or murder him. Okay, please. We like him. Let's see. I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like I missed a question in there somewhere that I should have answered too.
G-Fan dropped what's up, G-Fan? He's a huge
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that.
He's definitely a fan if he knows that. That's because I've said that many times before.
He watches all of us. Like I was
he does
live. I was on Early's thing. He jumped in. He's a huge supporter.
Why
G-Fan,
can I not
good dude.
make this? Okay, G-Fan, listen, I'm going to apologize
it's at 926,
to you. because I'm just clicking on the dollar thing up there and I can't.
You have to scroll. You have to scroll and click on the actual comment.
Now, 926 for you, or would it be probably be
1026 for you?
All right, I'm scrolling down, G. I'm scrolling down. There you are. We'll say what's up, but let's see, 22, 23. Sorry, guys.
She's a true fan to say that. I've said that a handful of times. When we get a lot of rain around here, I feel like I'm in Forks. You know what movie that's from? I'm sure you do.
Team Edward or Team Jacob? So it's that vampire movie.
Yeah, Twilight. Yeah.
Oh no,
I'd be Team Bella.
See, speaking of which, speaking of being girly, man, I've never watched those, and I refuse.
Yeah, speaking of being girly vampires, yes, vampires don't glitter.
But I can still watch a girly movie and be manly.
Lost Boys. Lost Boys are real vampires.
That's right. Vampires can't go out in the sunlight and they don't sparkle. What the hell is that?
Yeah, I didn't understand that part. The whole sparkling thing was kind of gay.
I'm sorry to all you females out there, but that is obviously a female thing that she wanted to write in there. But anyway, so I'm digging through here trying to find any. I agree. We are awesome. Yes.
Yo, Scott Sinclair, what part of Illinois am I from? I'm about 20 minutes from St. Louis.
Yeah, when is your spawn usually on? Like in your late April?
I would say late April, early May.
Yeah, we're usually mid-ish May. Mm-hmm. That's what I was telling people on my last live. Is it's interesting how, because I don't know looking how far south you are, but my grandpa's like 2.5 hours south of me, and it seems like everything down there is a few weeks, sometimes even almost like a month. It feels like ahead. Only being 2.5, almost 3 hours south is all.
That's why I like to hit the ponds first, because obviously they're smaller, warm up a bit faster. So I get it there, and then I go to the bigger lakes around, April, May.
Yep.
But I mean, there's just so many just fat slobs in those ponds. I got hit them first for a couple months.
I'm making my way out there this year.
Do it, man. Do it.
I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna bring my aluminum kayak. I'll tape it to the top of my truck.
Let's do it. I'm down.
And that's really weird. So that you all, that your spawn is right around that May time, because really it's right there, at least for the smallmouth. Most of the largemouth too is right around about that same time for us. Late April, early May. It's probably a little bit more toward the end of April. A lot of times April is kind of that. So it's not that far off really from you guys. And that's when you guys need to try and come down here. You need to come down here. I can set you up on like a full moon toward the end of May, and we'll go out and, as we call it, we'll dink-a-link the little worm around for big smallmouth, man, that are on the bed. You can't see them.
Debo, you can get on a boat with them to see what that is first.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll be joining you down there on a full moon to dink-a-link.
You let me know how that goes, and then I'll meet up with you guys.
Not sure about that.
A lot of people are going to be at these.
I want to catch one of these 80-foot topwater bass,
Yeah,
that's in the fall now.
We were fishing topwater, calling them up from 374 feet down.
That's in the fall. You'd have to come down.
I want to do that.
No, 1st of November, roughly.
Count me in.
So, but I mean, if you really want to catch a big smallmouth, big, we can go catch, 3-pounders all day long. But I mean, there's a good chance that we're going to catch a 4, a 5, and a lifetime a 6, with them up there on the bed on spinning rods on like 8-pound test and a little Texas rig worm, man. So, and I mean, close quarters, they're mad, they're jumping. Some of the funnest fishing you will ever do if it's the right day.
Yeah, I want to try to target smallies more. We've got a couple decent lakes around here. I know a lot of guys go to like the smaller creeks and streams and stuff, that type of thing. I need to do that more because that's not anything like I ever really grew up doing, that type of stuff. So
we got a question from Fishing with Gramps for Jim. He's wanting to know if you've been to the power plant lake in Newton.
Have not. I used to go to Coffeen, but ever since they shut down the plant, I haven't been. They shut that down, I want to say 2 years ago, possibly. I haven't been since they shut it down.
So, we kind of touched on this earlier, but let's just broaden for the year. What's the one bait that you really want to try? And it doesn't have to be a new bait. It can be a bait you want to get better at. But what's the one bait this coming up year that you really want to fish?
Well,
I'd love to get better with.
I think we answer both, because Kenny's question was, what is one lure that you won't use this coming year?
Oh,
because it doesn't work for you. So I think that'll be interesting.
So one lure that we want to use and one lure that we won't use.
Okay,
yeah,
I can answer
that you love and the one lure that you won't use because it doesn't work for you.
I could answer it works for me, but I hate it, and it's going to be the drop shot. I probably won't use it. Just because I hate it. The second one, I can give you two, the drop shot and the Carolina rig. I hate them both. They both work great, but I despise them.
I'd love to get better with big swim baits. I just don't have a lot of confidence in them. And probably any sort of finesse drop shot or something like that. Just because fishing muddier water, I just don't have any confidence in it.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. You need to come down here. You want to get confidence in big crankbaits. I got the lake for you.
Oh, I'd be lost if you come into your water, that clear water like that.
Well, now this lake's a little more dirty. So I'm talking about Douglas Lake.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's a little more dirty. It does clear up in the summer. It'll get 4 or 5 feet, which is pretty dirty for me. But a lot of places in it, it'll be a foot of visibility. So
okay.
Foot or two. So what is going on with all the hot dog chunk questions?
Catfishing?
Must be.
For me, I would say the spider, the lunker hunt spider, I won't use.
That's a good one.
That's a funny one that Burley and I go back and forth with.
But has that caught big fish before, though? Are there any videos on that?
Oh, I'm sure people have. They swear it works. They love it.
I mean, come on, man. It's like, let's go to a place where the fish have never seen any lure whatsoever and throw this giant spider where they're literally starving to death in here. That's my opinion.
Well, if you put it that way, yeah, makes sense.
I mean, if we've seen people catch fish on lettuce, I mean, dang, come on now.
True.
So what about the ones you're going to use?
That's what I was just trying to think. I think, was it Michael? I don't know if I can scroll up. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, Michael Bond says, Debo says drop shot every year. I was just talking with Randy about that. I want to get better at the drop shot. My thing is, like, I know the drop shot works and I know it's effective, but from the bank, it's just a pain in the butt. Like, you just lose so many rigs.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. I just rather throw like a weedless Ned rig. And I don't mind fishing an Ned rig. I think finesse fishing is fun.
I agree. I like finesse fishing. I mean, for
what I don't think it's fun is taking 15 minutes to tie a cracked hook on and then find the weight and get the weight tied on, then get your plastic situation.
Yes. And it's the same reason why I don't like a Carolina rig. You got to put this on here, and then you got to put a bobber stop or something that's not going to beat your weight up and beat your line up, and you got to put a swivel on, and then
those Carolina keepers, man, make it simple.
But see, man, the problem is I use such heavy weights. Like, you throw an ounce weight on there, and they move the Carolina keepers.
I put 2 of them on there with a half-ounce weight.
I need to try that. To try that.
Now, if you have
of course, with a half ounce, I'd have to put like 4 on it then.
But if you have any grass at all, though, then things will slide, though. They're only good on a clean bottom.
So G. Kim, he asked another question. He said, are full moons only good to fish around the spawn? No, bass do. Any other time, I'm going to say at night, yes, they're good. I focus on them. They're horrible during the fall. Do not, if it's a full moon during the fall, don't even go out unless you're fishing at night. It's a waste of time. They're feeding on shad and they're feeding at night. And then you go out and it's a horrible day and you're like, well, Fall fishing's supposed to be great. No, it's not. It's horrible. And but it's hit or miss during the summer. I mean, if you get there early, that, which I like to do, I like to be out there at first light on my first hole. You'll get some bites that way. Me, I know there's a lot of guys that argue that the full moon does this or does that, but to me, the most important time is during the spawn. What do you guys think of that? Am I an idiot? It's possible. My wife says so.
I'm never one of those guys that even pay attention to the moon because I go when I can go.
Yeah,
I don't go based on the best time to go,
Yeah.
But the only thing I may pay attention to, if it is a full moon, I won't go real early the next day, like you were saying. They're feeding later in the night. They're not going to feed us early the next day. So, but I really don't even pay attention to it, man. If I can go whenever, I go.
Yeah, that's true for most of us. You're right. You got to get out there when you get out there. The only reason I really pay attention to it is whether I know it's going to be no holds barred or whether I'm going to have to go out there and grind. That's the biggest reason I'm paying attention. Devo?
I've experienced and I forget what it is. I believe there's like an early one. Maybe that was the deal. There's like the early full moon in June or whatever, like with the crawfish hatch.
Yes.
But I've always had really good luck around that time of year, and it seems like it's always a full moon. But then at that night, like going into it, so from like dusk into that full moon, like comes up like you're just staying out late because it's so bright.
Yeah.
Like I've had really good luck fishing that whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've experienced the backside of it too, going out and trying to fish the banks where you see. That's the thing that is so irritating too, is like you get out there first light, you see a bunch of action, you can't catch anything, you're grinding, then it's just like somebody just snaps their fingers and everything just goes dead flat, and like there's nothing happening. So I kind of think both sides of it. I would say, like you, Jim, I'm more of I go when I can go. So I would say if you have time to go, still go. Don't
absolutely
not go because there's a full moon. Because you just never know. I mean, you can't catch your PB unless your line's in the water. So
exactly. So first off, I want to give a shout out to Jamfish Taco. I love tacos. But he asked, gents, what's your favorite spawn sight fishing bait? Now, Jim's not going to be able to answer this, but what's your favorite spawn bait in general, Jim? Because apparently Jim only fishes in mud holes.
Squarebill.
Yeah, I mean, basically squarebill. I mean, especially with the muddy water. I mean,
for some reason, it's all flood conditions where Jim fishes at all times.
and you know what's crazy about the main lake that I fish? It's about 550 acres. It's got a mud bottom to it. Really no vegetation, obviously, because it's so muddy. But if you were to fill up a bottle of water, it's not all that dirty. That's what I don't, but if you take a white spinnerbait and drop it in the water, it disappears within 2 inches. But still, the bottle of water, though, is somewhat clear. I don't know if it's the mud bottom. You can't get any depth.
It just doesn't. You can't.
It just is crazy.
Not getting through.
But yeah, squarebill on those lakes, and if I catch a spawner, then I may spend more time on that bank with a plastic, something like that. But for the most part, I'm searching until I find something to figure out the puzzle.
Gotcha. What about you, Mr. Debo?
I don't have like a go-to. I'm not a real big if I find a big fish, I'll spend maybe like 5 minutes on it and then I'm moving on. Like I can't, these guys are like, oh, I worked on this big belly fish for an hour. And maybe if it was like a 10-pounder I saw, but like, I'm not going to sit there for 45 minutes and throw out the same fish. Like I'm just going to go look for it, because the thing is, people think that, oh, there's a fish on a bed. Every fish in the lake is spawning. That's not the case. There's fish that could have already spawned.
Yeah.
There's fish that are moving up that are still hungry, looking to spawn. So I keep going and looking for the fish that are going to bite. It's hard for me to sit there that long.
Looking for the fish.
I can't say that. I'm one of those guys that will sit on a fish for
all
day. And it doesn't even have to be a big one. It can be a Debo Dink, which, by the way, I'm going to give y'all a reason. If you don't know what a Debo Dink is, make sure you go subscribe to Debo's fishing channel.
If you want to see a bunch of subpar bank.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way. It was a plug.
Debo's stupid channel. I would say probably a wacky rig. Like the wacky rig is one of my favorite all-time fall back on baits. And I think it's so easy to get it in there and not spook them. That it's been a really good one for me around here. But whatever irritates him enough to bite. Randizzle, for example, is the jig. He'll lock a jig in hand and catch bedding bass with a jig all the time. Yeah. He's caught the last 2 years. Each year there's been a fish that I've thrown out for like 5 minutes, have got it to barely nip it. And, I'll set the hook a few times. I was throwing it like a bluegill swim bait. I forget who makes it. They're pretty expensive, like $20 for one of them. Looks super real. I forget what they're called. It was my first one I ever had. Anyway, ripped the tail off of it this year. Randy threw in 2 times and nailed it on the jig, second pitch.
That's a confidence thing for him too, though. Man, he's got such confidence.
Yeah, he's got a ton of confidence in Jim jig. And Debo and Randy really has inspired me to this year. If going back to the previous question, one of the baits that I really want to fish is a more finesse jig. Now it may be like a tungsten style, that's still 1/2 ounce or 3/4, but a smaller profile.
Look at those. I think they're called little spotties from Picasso.
Yeah,
pretty slick. They're tungsten.
But so now this or that, we got our first this or that. If you guys like this or that, put them in there. We love the this or that stuff. This is from J.R. Bankster, and he's asking this or that: the Akuma Hakai or the Daiwa Elite. I'm gonna let you two answer that one because I've never fished the Elite, so. I like the Akai so far. Big fan of it. Best, and then his second question is best line lure for spring. Oh, and my favorite sight fishing is actually the Sakushi bug. Man, that thing has done work for me the past 2
That's a cool little bait, man.
I mean, it just yes, on a Ned rig, yes. And actually, I don't even put it on a weedless Ned rig. I'll use a shaky head, so that the hook comes farther up and where it looks like a clawless. And I've seen video after video and study after study that if they don't have the claws, they tend to eat the bait and be more aggressive and actually eat the bait. And it's done work for me, man. Smallmouth, largemouth alike. It's done work. All right, Jim, answer Mr.
That's a tough one. I mean, the Elite is made to be a long caster. The Hakai is definitely going to toss a lighter bait better just because of that spool. I honestly don't know if, like I told you guys before, I would like to do a casting competition with those two and the Concept Z2. Out of all the reels I own, those are the 3 furthest casting reels. Wow. I don't know head to head which one would make it. I honestly don't. But like I said, lighter weights, I'd definitely give it to the Hakai. I want to lean towards the Elite with like a 1/2 ounce jig, but the Hakai may surprise us too. I don't know. Toss up.
So I've got a question. Jim, with your Elite, did you mess with the spool tension to try to get more distance and stuff out of it? That's so weird.
As long as it ain't knocking, I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, because the Elite has the 0 adjust deal on it. So like when I did a casting test and the Elite got, I think, second on that for me, which was beat out by the Revo SX. And I was super surprised.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
And some people were saying, well, you need to adjust it, because I was just throwing like a little 3/8 ounce pre-rigged swim bait with the hook, the hook barb cut off. And I thought that one would win. So I don't know. I feel like
I never adjusted.
I
never adjusted them. No. If there's any knock in them, I make them actually a bit tighter, because even when they're set, they still free fall really fast. So I don't make them any tighter than they are, unless, like I said, there's some knock in that spool.
Yeah, you don't need to, because the Daiwa, those, what is it, Mag Force, those brakes are so good.
Like I said, I don't feel any reason to make it any looser, just because I think if you make it any looser, you're actually going to lose distance. You would think it's going to go further because the spools. You're going to lose distance with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the same as Jim. Feel in hand, I like the Hakai, like feel, that small feel. But,
I feel in hand for me, I'd go Elite. I like how it feels.
Wow.
Well, that's what I was going to say, though, is like the bigger pit. Like if I'm pitching and flipping, I like the Elite, though, because I really love on like the Daiwa how it has that kind of rounded flat front. You can just, but if like I'm casting and retrieving, I think the Hakai, I don't know.
I think what throws me off with Hakai is the handle. I don't care for the knobs and all that on there.
Yeah, I don't like the handle knobs on it.
I don't like the handle knobs either. I mentioned that too. As far as best line and lure for spring, that is a very wide open question. That's so tough to ask or to answer. I don't know really how to answer that. It really depends on what time of spring, pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn, and it can even pre-spawn can break down into so many different segments. That's a tough question. If you're just trying to do something all around, I would probably tell you medium heavy rod, 7 foot, 7 speed, 12-pound test, maybe 15. And, that's just an all around any time of year sort of deal.
Line I keep pretty simple. If I'm around grass, I use braid, which is throw really swim jigs and frogs, top water, mono, everything else is fluorocarbon.
Yeah. Same.
I don't even pitch or anything with braid just because I pitch around a lot of wood.
Yeah.
And braid and wood's a pain in the butt. So yeah, I only use braid around grass. That's it.
I want to give a big shout out to Mark. He's a good friend of my channel. Talk to him a whole lot. Thanks for the $9.99. No question, just paying back. I appreciate it, man. Very much appreciate all your support and everything you do, man. And speaking of which, just give me a holler sometime. Oh, shoot, I'm getting bloated.
Hey, Chris has got one here. Where'd that go? I mean, I don't really fish in this time of year right now, but Chris Fleming at 946, favorite baits for mid-40s water temps.
My buddy Chris Fleming. Y'all seen him in videos. What's going on, sir? 946, 1046 for me. Sorry, I have to add. All right, go ahead and answer that, Mr. Tackle Junkie.
I told you. Hey, here's my rule of thumb.
Oh, yeah.
Fish in the muddy water. If it's 50 degrees and falling, I go home. But if it's like 46, 47 and rising, I'm staying, but if it's falling, I'm done. Muddy water, 50 degrees and below. Heck with it.
Yeah, that can be tough.
Debo, any tips?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, normally we get the colder, muddy stuff. Is it muddy or just mid?
Just water, 40 water temps.
Finesse jigs have done really good for me. I used to always go to the Ned rig, like just real slow, but it was I think last year, and funny enough, I happen to have one right here that Jim sent me beforehand. This is the Kitech Mono spin jig. I mean, a little dude, the size of my thumb here, and you'd think bass aren't going to eat this, right? I had a great day with it. Got a 5 on it on a little fishing jetty with a bunch of rocks. Anywhere. I'm looking for anywhere where the water can be a little bit warmer, even if it's just a few degrees, like it makes a difference. That fishing jetty, I don't know if it had more of the sun. It was a little bit warmer. We noticed they were all on one side of the jetty is another thing. I don't remember if it was the windblown side or the covered side, but they were all on one side and just super slow. If you, like Randy always tells me, if you think you're fishing your jig too slow in that cold water, slow down even more.
Slow down.
Yeah. So
for me, a lot of times, generally, there's really 2 baits I like to fish. One is going to be the Demiki rig because I'm going to vertical fish most of the time. That's where I'm going to be. 40-degree water temps. And Chris, you know this, man. We've talked 100 times. The other thing, though, this one might surprise you. A little white War Eagle spoon, and I like it in that the heaviest that they make it, a half ounce I can live with, a 3/4, but that little War Eagle white spoon, it just mimics those little dying shad, those yearling dying shad in the cold so well that I'll use that a lot. So all right. This or that from Whiten and Brandon Outdoors. This or that, lose Hypermag or lose Smash. That's easy for me. I'm going to go Hypermag all day.
I haven't used Hypermag, but I'd go Hypermag.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a big price difference.
Yeah,
in those two.
I know magnesium frame if it's a Hypermag.
Yeah. So, but big price difference in those. I don't know if that's really a good apples to apples on that one. But
old Fishing with Gramps is signing off here.
Hey, Fishing with Gramps, man, we appreciate you stopping
Gramps.
Thank you, sir. Again, thank you for having me on your channel, doing a podcast, doing a live stream. I appreciate it. I had a great time. And by the way, guys, we're probably not going to be on here much longer, maybe another 15, 20 minutes. And I do want to tell you, we are doing a giveaway tonight. So we're going to do a giveaway at the end. I didn't really show you what all we had, but, I got some 3.7 Rage swimmers, 3.75. Got a nice football head jig this time of year. Got a cross eye, an Archie head style. Love an Archie head style. Got a Cumberland Pro Lures. This is my favorite little buzzbait. I know it's not the right time of year for that. I got some Bass Munitions. These are the grunts. I have caught a ton of fish. Speaking of which, on these, actually, flipping them into beds also. Then I've got my other favorite version of that, the good old Rage Crawl. And my favorite color, watermelon red. Put a little bit of chartreuse, not a lot. Don't dip the tails down in there. Work the outside of that flange with chartreuse. And when those puppies don't pull these arms off, they look great, just like a bluegill diving down to feed in the bed, and the bass will kill those. On top of that, and forgive me, I did tear the box open, by the way. Sorry, that was my fault. Doing an unboxing, but we are going to do a stunner. And I'm going to try not to stab myself with the stunner. But there is the color. It is a shad fillet. I've never ate a shad nor filleted one, so I don't know.
I thought you said that was Stone Cold earlier.
Stone Cold Stunner. It's actually
I was waiting for it. I was chuckling waiting for it.
Hank Cherry. It's actually a Hank Cherry Stunner. All right. So, any questions you guys got? You guys want to answer? You guys want to pose to the audience?
Hey, we got this or that. This is going Scott Kessler, 954, Daiwa Tatula, or Shimano Corrado.
Which Tatula? Which Corrado?
Good point there, Devo. Good point.
You said 952. Who was it?
I done lost it now. 954. The 1054. Scott Kessler.
All right, I ain't finding it. So, which one are you guys? Because I don't, the higher end ones, I don't have either one of those.
Yeah, but you just got the 150, didn't you? Corrado?
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to get that one.
Bam.
Pretty good.
I got you, Scott. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's a nice reel. Okay, here's a question. Let's just even it out more. All Corrados, you can only fish all Corrados, doesn't matter what size, kind, type, or you can only fish all Tatulas.
Yeah, Tatulas for me.
I'm with Jim. I'm kind of becoming a dialogue.
They've made it so easy
writer.
with the T-wing and that braking system, dude. It's just like, if you can't cast one of those reels,
so it's
it
unanimous
really well. Yeah, when I did the casting test, it was hard. It was hard to like get that to backlash.
Yeah.
So it is unanimous. I agree with that.
Yep.
But I think the Corrados feel more refined.
Oh, 100%.
They have more of a buttery, smooth, like
100%. I agree. But when you get up to like, I guess we're jumping up to the Zillion. But man, those things are pretty buttery smooth too, though.
Oh, hey, you don't get to sell me on the Zillion.
Yeah, that's
right.
Oh Lord,
it's even more smooth than that Metanium piece of junk,
dude. That Metanium is my favorite of the year.
I agree, and that's the bottom line because BassGeek said so.
So you like the Zillion over the Metanium? Seriously?
Over the Metanium?
Yeah, we've said this.
Really?
Wow.
I don't understand why.
I just figured you were joking because I thought it was crap.
No.
Wow.
Have you even used that Zillion yet?
Yeah.
And you don't think it's anywhere close to the Metanium?
It's good. I guess my hopes were so high for it that I felt I was let down with it, And the Metanium, dude, is just like.
I like the Metanium. I don't know, just something about that Zillion. I love it.
It could be too. I got the Metanium on a helium rod, and that combo is just like awesome in hand, But I still I still think
that's
the
part of it
Metanium-
too. You're right, because like even if something, it might feel a little bit better if the whole combo and everything just fits your hand. Like,
it's such a light combo, that helium and that Metanium, that feels good, man.
Well, you know,
let me ask you this: which one's the better caster? See, I'd still go with Metanium.
Oh.
That's not really fair, because I've only used my Metanium for cranks, and mainly smaller cranks, because it does throw those light cranks really well. So I can't really say.
So I've only mainly cranked. Really well. I've mainly cranked with the Zillion and Texas rigs with Metanium.
Oh yeah, I'm like the exact opposite.
Yep.
All right. Who's got the worst tackle addiction? I mean, his name's Tackle Junkie.
Yeah, there's more of us the same tackle. Look in the picture. I've got a few rods. You can see a few rods in Hank's background.
But why don't you rotate your camera? You know.
Look,
that's it.
Nothing on the wall. Bare wall.
Yeah, bare wall and a few rods behind me that you can see.
I would turn mine, but it's screwed to the table. I can't turn it.
He'd turn it, but he'd have to move all the boxes of tackle that he's got propping it up.
I'm not saying this.
All right, Big John WM. What's the best $100 bait casting combo out there? Man, that is tough. $100.
So I wouldn't buy a combo. I'd build my own for 100.
Yeah.
You can, but I would say the Shimano, is it Caius? Caius. Shimano Caius, I would say, is probably number one. Walmart had them on sale for $99. I think Academy normally they're $130. That combo has been super solid for me. I was impressed with it.
There's some good deals on, actually Piscofun makes a couple of really good rods, and they make some really good lower end reels too for under $50. The Arid X, if you can get it on sale, I don't remember what it retails for by Daiwa, is a good.
The Phantom Max from PC Fun too is a good one. I think it's around 60.
Yeah,
they just had that on sale, Hank. $38 for that Arid X.
I know, man. I
was going to buy some, and I was like,
oh, people were telling me about it, man. Yeah,
you can't forget the Pro Qualifier if you get it for $50 on sale.
Yes, I know
$50. That's a steal for an aluminum frame reel.
And you know, I was actually talking to one of my subscribers about this the other day. From the Pro Qualifier, and guys, the Pro Qualifier it's a good reel. I mean, I was very dedicated to them, and about every other year here at my local Bass Pro shops, they'll go on sale for $50. Now they'll go on sale for like $89 one year, but no, don't do that. Don't bite on that deal. Wait till the next year when you basically get them buy one get one free retail. I mean, that's what it is. And I've used them for big crank, deep cranking. And
I used to frog with them. I had a problem with them.
Yeah, man. I mean, really a great reel for the money. But that's what we were talking about, Bass Pro, just kind of their baits in general. What is it? Their Sticko, man. The price you can get 100 count bag of those.
I think that's the best
SOBs, man. Yeah, and I mean, I've got the big kind of like the cane walkers. I don't remember what they call them, their version, but I've got several by them.
Even their square bills, I think they're called the eggs. Those are good too.
Yeah, I mean, it's really pretty amazing, just across the board. They're soft plastics and stuff, and you never hear anybody talk about it. So, we were having a long conversation about that. But I have to give Jim the props on the Pro Qualifiers.
It's something. I mean, if you really wanted to like work for it, I mean, an SLX you can get on sale for $70-$80 from time to time, depending on sale. Go. And the Bass Pro rods. I mean, the rods that I started out with were the Graphite series, $30 rods at Bass Pro. Awesome rods for the price.
Yeah,
you can get one of those and pair it up with an SLX, something like that. Good deal.
The one of my jerkbait rods is steel. They don't even make it anymore, but it was a great little rod, and it was the it was something 8 titanium 8. Johnny Morse, I think it was like $120 rod, and I've used that thing forever and a day.
So Ben Wilkie here at 1001 is saying that Concept Sport Z might still be on sale at Carl's for like $70. He said that and the blackout can be pieced together for about $100.
All right, let's see. So Angel asks, if you had to choose a different place to fish from each other, whose place would you fish and why? BassGeek, would you rather fish TJ's area or Debo's area, and the other way around? So I'm going to have to say, because I've seen the stupid big fish he's caught out of them stupid ponds, that I'd probably come up there and fish them daggum ponds with him.
Yeah, and I'd be swapping you, dude, because I want to know what it's like to fish that clear of water. You know, whether I catch them or not, just the lakes you fish, dude, are beautiful, man. I would love just to even just sit on the boat and eat lunch, dude. I mean, you got some awesome looking lakes up there.
They are pretty, man. They're scenic as all get out. That's the one thing I can say. It is.
And you've been shooting videos, and I've been seeing snow in your background on the lake.
Yeah,
which is awesome. You got snow before we did.
Yeah, we've had 3 snows in the past like 2 weeks. Now, mind you, they've been like 2-3 inches. You know, I mean, it ain't been, you know, like you guys see, 2 foot. It don't melt till May. You know,
that sums it up about.
Yeah.
So and my candy ass, I'm bitching about that. I'm like, man, I want to go to Florida. Screw this place from November, send me to Florida from December through, February. So what about you? What about you, Debo? Which one you got?
Oh, same. I'm same as Jim. Clear water is kind of my like frightening thing. I'd much rather fish muddy water all day than like super crystal clear stuff, especially like you're saying. Oh yeah, we look down and you can see 37.4 feet. You don't even need a depth finder.
I have literally sight fished a largemouth on a point in 17 foot of water.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Now I'm not sure what this question is. I'm gonna say this comes to jigs from Kenny. Does color matching matter on a combo?
No.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I like low contrast.
Yeah.
Green pumpkin, black and blue.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll match, clear water if they're really finicky. Like Jim said, something green pumpkin, watermelon. Sometimes I'll get crazy and I'll throw green pumpkin and watermelon. Woohoo! Crazy in that clear water. This or that? JB Bank style. Lose speed sport or die? What's it too long? Again, which,
It's tattoo all day long.
Yeah, I'd have to say.
Debo's thinking though.
I have a special place in my heart for the loose speed spool. I've had that thing for so long. Like Jim said, I used it for frogging. I've done everything to that reel, and I could go grab it now and spin it in front of you all and be like, look how smooth this thing is still going.
And that's why I always mention the pro qualifiers. I'm with you. I got you.
Yeah, like we talked about before, that was a reel that every like other month I took it apart, cleaned it. That was my first like super nice reel that I got. 7-8 years ago or whatever when I started replacing my stuff. So that one's held a special spot for me. But yeah, I would say the tattoo is.
So now let's throw this because I know how anal Jim is.
Oh gosh.
So now let's talk about combos. So Jim, how much does matching combos?
They don't have to match, but if I have one that would look good together, I'll pair them up,
Just so you know, Jim, whenever I say in the videos, I'm like, some people think their stuff has to match. I like the stuff to match. I shouldn't even say some people anymore. It should just be
me, huh?
Tackle Junkie thinks they have to match.
Says, I really like the way this
deep down, you guys like it too. I didn't want to hear it. You like it too.
Oh, Jim, I swear, when you guys get
Debo's always putting the fancy grips on there to match. I don't want to hear it.
When you guys come down here and you fish with me, you're going to be like, God almighty. Because I'm like, I'll take a combo and just drop it. It'll bounce and almost go over the edge of the boat.
Hank, if you come to fish with me, make sure you bring your own rods and reels.
That's why I tell everybody, you want to know if a rod will last? I'm your guy. Because I'm not nice to them. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, guys, listen, we're going to go, for me, it's 11 o'clock, so we're going to go to about 11:15, 11:20. I know it's 10:08 for you guys out there. I don't want to keep these guys too late. I appreciate them being here. I appreciate them being on the channel. These are two guys who I look up to. I appreciate all the support. He's just like, Debo's like, he's full of it. Don't believe him. Was you reading something?
Yeah, Cool Daddy Sweets.
GQ poser.
Yeah, Jim's a GQ poser. Hey, that's kind of what I think about when I say that. I'm like,
don't be a hater, man. Don't be a hater.
Hey, you are cleanly shit. You're a handsome man. Hey, I look like the scruffy hillbilly from
I got off work.
I mean, look at me, scruffy hillbilly.
The stream started. I can't help but look
you
as
actually
good.
Are a scruffy hillbilly. I just kind of look like one.
Scruffy hillbilly, my picture.
I can't help it. I got good luck, man.
That'd be a good band name, Scruffy Hillbillies.
I just need to learn how to play the banjo.
Funny enough, I can play 2 songs on the guitar, and that's Dueling Banjos, like you just did.
Oh, shit.
And Smoking on the Water. That's the only 2 songs I can play. Like 2 of the easiest, like beginner songs. But.
Scott, it's not like a train wreck. It is.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're going to get when you come watch me.
You should have heard the before show.
Oh, gosh. Brian Lee's got a good question. Jim, have you tried biscuits and gravy yet?
I have not.
Oh my god.
I'm not a biscuit.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. When you come down here,
do you have Casey's down there?
I just don't even believe you've never.
If I go to Casey's, dude, I'm getting pizza, man.
Do you just think you won't like it? Is there something about it that weirds you out?
There's something else I'd rather eat. Like we're going to breakfast somewhere and the wife gets biscuits and gravy. I'd rather just have bacon and eggs.
Wait a minute, Mama eats biscuits and gravy, and you've never tried them or ate it.
I don't eat them.
Well, if I go down your way to go fishing, I'll just take your wife out fishing instead because it sounds like she has much better taste and can help me with any technical issues.
There you go. That's why I keep her around.
Oh my Lord, Doug Hobson. When was the last time you guys threw a sluggo? It's been a minute.
Love the sluggo. I don't have. Actually, hold on.
I got a bunch. I ain't digging them out. Y'all didn't see that.
Hank, did you see my last video with the rods?
I did. You commented on. You replied
to
my comments.
Michael Bradley wanted to know if I would be selling those rods at half off.
That's too good.
Would you believe? Actually, I sold a few rods that I mentioned in that video, and a buddy of mine shipped them today. You know how much it is for shipping a rod now? Take a guess.
No, the last time I did it, it was $20.
Be honest, it was about 25 the last time I shipped them, and a buddy of mine is doing it, and I'm getting his discount. But to ship those rod tubes, it was like $46 a piece.
Dang!
Yeah, I'm thinking people are paying that kind of money to ship tubes, and they don't even take any care with it.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Hey, I do want to say thanks, man. We've had like 100+ people in here, which is good for me. I don't do a lot of live streams, and we are going to do this. And what these two yahoos don't know is that we are actually going to turn this. I'm actually going to put this out as a podcast too. So we're going to start doing podcasts. You can go back and listen to it. So we do got to this.
Heck with that, I'm done.
Debo just quit. He's out, guys. He's out. So screw Debo. It's just me and Jim now. So this is
he's going to polish his reels anyways.
He's going to polish his. I don't know how to take that comment. It can go several ways.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
So this or that. I don't know if that's a brand like cast monofilament or fluorocarbon.
Casting. Which one would you rather cast, monofilament or cast fluorocarbon?
I'm a fluorocarbon guy. It's just what I do.
If we're talking like castability, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah,
fluorocarbon's got a bit more memory to it, but Yeah, I think you get way more.
An XL. Can't beat it.
Dude, have you tried Suffolk Siege?
Is it a mono?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's why Trilene's your favorite, because you haven't tried Suffolk.
There is a little bit of.
I'll ship you some biscuits and gravy to eat if you ship me some of that. Suffolks.
I will say there's a little bit of confusion. So this is not fluoro. I think it's fluoro coated, but it's by Canine. And I was told it's like mono on steroids. And truthfully, I use it for anything shallow cranking, which for me is like,
you can use that in 20 foot,
14 foot or less. 14 foot or less, but I use this for all my top waters too. It really is. It does not take on water, so a lot of your mono does. I'm a big fan of it, but 90% of the time I use fluorocarbon, 100% fluorocarbon for everything. So that's just me. So Debo, what'd you go get? Did you get something? Or
I went to see if I could find that thing of Slogos that I had. And it was in the stuff that I sold. I had like 2 old things of stuff that I sold a number of years ago. But I had this like watermelon-y. It wasn't even watermelon-y. It was like a watered down brown pumpkin, like kind of see-through-ish brown pumpkin. And I want to say it either had green or red speckles in it. And that was always the killer color for me. But yeah, I used to throw the hell out of this logo. It was like the
Cinco.
Yeah, pre-Cinco.
Yeah. 143 viewers, 141. Thanks, guys. And it is an awesome live chat, I think. I mean, I'm pretty entertaining. I'm fat and funny. I mean, that's what it's about. I hope y'all know. Please don't take me serious.
No, we don't.
I know they don't. I'm talking about everything. Chocolate gravy. What the heck is chocolate?
Hey, here's a good one. MLF or Bass. 10-15. 11-15 for you.
Gotcha. I'm going.
That's easy for me, Bass. I can't stand MLF.
Really?
Yeah.
But why can't you stand MLF?
I can't say I've really watched it bass fishing at all ever since they split. For one, a lot of the guys I liked went to MLF. I just don't like the format. I just like the whole, 5 big bass limit. I don't know.
And I get that.
I just never got into the whole MLF thing.
Oh, I just seen it and things moved. Who was it?
Let's see, where'd I go?
The question, it was G Thang Outdoors 10-15, so 11-15 your time.
I'm looking at. Oh, there it is. For me, that is really a complicated question. Eventually, I mean, I love the 5 fish limit, but I'll be the first to tell you, man, I have been at several old FLW events where there have been hundreds of fish during the summer floating upside down because guys either just don't know how to fizz them, don't know how to take care of those deep fish, don't take care of them in the hot water. Don't get me wrong. I love walking across the stage. I've done it. I've held up like 1 big fish. That's all I've really ever get to hold up one, because never do I have 5. But,
Well, I didn't know we were talking fish care. I'm talking about, are we talking more what we like?
Well, the format, for me, I mean, when it comes to the format, it really is supposedly based on the fish care, catch and release quickly. I'll also say, in my opinion, listen, I'm a huge bass fan, but they kind of brought this on themselves. When you take advantage of your anglers, when you take advantage of your people for years and years and years and make promises that you don't fulfill, shame on you. And that's what they did. They never took it to the next level. They kept making their professionals pay entry fees. What professional sport makes you pay to play? And if you're paying to play, are you truly a professional? There's a lot of I have talks about this all the time.
But isn't there more money though to go around in, let's say, football versus
there
fishing,
is.
you know what I mean? So
There
to
absolutely
do a lot of
is.
what they do in fishing, maybe they need those entry fees from the pros because they know majority of those guys, obviously not all of them, but majority of those guys, like Van Dam, he ain't paying those entry fees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, because his sponsors are paying them. But the problem comes down to is that, are you not out there selling your product like you should be? That really that's a big issue, and that's been a big issue with bass, and it's why a lot of guys jumped over. I was not a big fan. Now, I will say this. If you've never watched the cups.
Hey, real fast, though, Bobby Baker says, I don't know if it's true or not, MLF has entry fees now.
Not the Bass Pro upper tier.
No.
Now, you might be talking about the second level, but the upper tier does not pay.
Okay.
They do not pay entry fees.
Gotcha.
After they bought FLW, the FLW Tour, they became, they pay entry fees.
Gotcha.
But if you're top level, you do not pay entry fees. Now, okay, I'm not going to get on a tangent about all this, but anyway.
Too late.
Yeah, well, trust me, I can go on for hours about this conversation. Anyway, all right, here's something. I do not do. Have any of you guys ever done?
And see, I used to when all the guys I liked were on the elites.
Yeah,
it's like I just lost interest when all my main guys left.
Now, here's a big question. Speaking of the MLF and bass, MLF has hooked up now. You can bet on bass fishing. So, so there again, there's an example of those guys thinking outside of the box and expanding the deal. All right, guys. So we're at 11:20 my time, 10:20 their time. I know they've got a lot of stuff going on. I do want to do the giveaway. And for you guys that don't know, we've got a Berkeley Stunner. I know you can't see that color there. It's a little bit better. We've got the watermelon red, one of my favorite colors to flip. We've got a green pumpkin from Bass Munitions, one of my favorite things to throw on a wobblehead, one of my favorite buzz baits. Take the skirt off, put a little I love to put a menace on there. Love a little menace. We've got a diesel football jig. I believe this is a 1/2 ounce, one of my favorite sizes. We've got an Arky head style jig, which is the cross eye from Z-Man. And, of course, one of my favorite things in the world, surprise, surprise, a ghost color braid shad. Swimmer. Yeah, not a shad. So, all right, Debo, you're going to have to help me. I've got the tool up here.
You want me to call my wife real fast?
Got the broad. You might, yeah. Have her text
all you do is type in a hashtag something and then start collecting answers and then tell people what it is. So
okay.
Don't tell them first. Type it in first.
Type it in first.
Yep.
Okay.
Hashtag something.
Okay, I got to make sure my spelling's right.
Yeah, I told you you are the scruffy hillbilly.
It should be girth.
Oh no, you can't. People have already been doing hashtag girth.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that is the deal. So, guys, how you're going to be entered in, for you guys that don't know, you're just going to type in hashtag whatever you think the secret word is for the night. Man, I don't know what to do. Gosh, I don't want to make it too
hashtag
hard.
TJ81. Easy.
Let's see. All right, so I've got it. There we go. I'll have to figure out now how to share it.
Did you do start collecting?
I did start collecting.
Okay.
I've got 0 entries. So hashtag. Should I give them a hint? What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, they can't enter if they don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, I told you I've never done this. Let's see. It's one of the products.
It's not a game, Hank.
No, it's not.
No, this is the whole point of running the giveaway. It takes all the guesswork out. They don't need to guess anything.
So tell
it's not who guesses wins.
Yeah.
You know, they all get a shot here, dude.
Doesn't matter who gets it.
Hashtag swim bait, guys. Hashtag swim bait. I told you I've never done this before.
That's all right. We forgive you.
You might as well just write it down on paper. Whoever guesses what I got here wins.
Whoever guesses it. Well, there's 37 people that guess it. How do I pick a winner?
Okay, listen, guys, we're gonna talk amongst ourselves.
I like Kenny's hashtag not sure how this works.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. Maybe I should have tested.
This is a circus going on here, isn't it?
The sad thing is I don't know how to get GKim's thing off there. He's so far back at this point. I just
there should be a thing up at the top that says remove comment, like up in the chat. Like up toward the top of your chat, it says remove highlighted comment.
Man, do I got to scroll up?
No, it should be over right up on the right, like where your comments are. Like as you look up, you don't scroll. It's like up by the chat.
Oh, hide current comment. Okay, yeah. Hey, see, look at it.
Listen, he's the tech crew. I'm the guy that can't even get Bluetooth headphones connected to my computer, and I'm helping the tech guy troubleshoot this.
Sad part, I'm a network engineer. Sad part. We got 63 entries so far, 143. Again, hashtag swim bait. Thanks to Debo and Tackle Junkie. By the way, guys, make sure you go out and you subscribe to both of these guys. Tackle Junkie. You know, he is literally that name says it all. You know, Tackle Junkie Warehouse, I think, is what his handle should be. And then, of course, Debo Fish. And good God Almighty.
God. There's the big tackle warehouse box. $500.
That is it.
Box, yeah.
Actually, that one's from Picasso.
Lord.
Oh, that's the Picasso one. Yeah.
That's
Tackle warehouse is below it.
That's why I couldn't get any of those underspins because it's in that $1,000 box he's got there.
All right, guys, we've got 69 entries. I'll tell you what, you get me to 70 and we will do the drawing. So one more entry and we will do the deed.
One more.
By the way, praise Dale and raise hell, just so you know.
Praise Dale.
All right, we're at 70. So now, okay, wait. So I need to share this now, right?
Yeah. So everybody can see.
Now you have them pick a number 1 through 10. Whoever gets that first. And they have to guess how many fingers I'm holding up. That's how this works.
Oh, Lord. Hey, man, I told you I was new at this. Let's see.
I'm just playing. I don't know how to do it.
You're doing a good job.
I don't know how to do it.
Giveaway tool. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we've got 72. I'm going to give you one last chance to jump in. We're going to do full screen. One last chance.
Damn.
It is, here we go. I'm going to say 10, 9. No, I'm just going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was real class 73. Here we go. We're hitting the draw. And you got to be in here, by the way, if you ain't in here. Hopefully you didn't just type it in and leave. That would be kind of moronic. But I'm not calling anybody names. Jesse, what is going on? You have won. And I'm going to type in the old BassGeek email. And you can go ahead and give me drop me an email and I'll hook you up. I'll get your information. I'll verify you are, of course, who you say you are, because I have had some trolls try to rob me.
As have I.
But you guys. But yep. I've had them try to rob you guys, so we'll do that. Congrats, Jesse.
It's nice of Debo to toss in that Metanium too, you know.
No, I heard you were giving away because you liked them so much. You bought the rest of it.
You said you didn't like it. You were giving it away. That's pretty nice.
Their factory had you bought 15 of the ones they had remaining. You're going to do giveaways.
We see Jesse in here. Jesse, man, I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Like I said, we're going to do this about every 2 weeks. We're going to do We will start doing some members only live streams, so we'll get about 3 a month in, but all that's in the future.
Remember,
Guys,
count me out. Count me out on this.
I'm not down for the whatever it was.
They don't want to. They don't want to hang out with.
Or whatever
They don't want to hang out with my members. So
No. Hard pass.
So anyway, hey guys, go check out. Remember, BassGeek.fishing, because again,
Would you look at all these boxes behind Debo?
Dude, it's an absolute mess.
I don't even want to hear you ain't got more. You got way more tackle.
That's
than
not
all
even
of us.
tackle. That's lure painting crap.
Wait, I've got to make mine small. There we go.
Sure
I see. Look, I've got nothing. Like
Right.
Football stuff. See, you can't see anything.
It's a mess down here, dude.
Oh man.
I've only got a few things on the
He's
wall.
back there chewing his. What the hell is that? Is that one of your toys? Nope. He's got one of the girls' sharks. Why'd you get a shark? That's his thing. He steals the girls' toys, and then the girls flip out because he's got stuff, and he just runs from them.
All right, guys.
All right, dude.
That is it. And I'm gonna tattle on myself. Hey, look at that. So I try to keep it hid in this view most of the time so they can't get me.
Right.
But anyway, guys, I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you. Go subscribe to these two yahoos right here. They're two of the best on the tube of you. And I don't know. That's all I got. Screw it. I'm out. You guys be good.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I'll let these
Appreciate
guys say
y'all.
bye.
Absolutely. Thanks for spending time with us.
Yep.
We appreciate it, and we'll start trying to get back into the whole monthly Jim, Debo, me.
I might go live
rotation.
tomorrow, actually.
So I don't know if they can take all three of us 2 days in a row.
That's true. Hank, you may have to sit tomorrow out.
Oh.
I love you, brother. Definitely.
All right, guys. We love you. Be good.